Hello, I'm MK Davis. What you're looking here is the famous Patterson Bigfoot film. And what I want to address today is an old issue. And that issue is, what does it represent? Does it represent humanity, or does it represent a simian, a gorilla? And that's been argued about and argued about and argued about down through the years. And what I want to do is to take the film itself and see if it will give us some answers, something that we can compare it to. So let's just take a look. And we're going to start with this. This is toward the end of the filming, right before it runs out of film. And we're going to see if any of the details that show up on the film tell us anything. And let me make a point or two. Let's see. You see how violently shaky that is. I can't get to my controls. There we go. Just let me capture this. This is where I tried earlier. Now, this is the frame that I captured. All right. This is the creature's back right here, and I want to show you something. Compared to a human who's unusually hairy. And you see these same exact details. See how the hair will kind of take a dive into the spine over these muscles? You see the same thing right here. Let's see if there's any more there. This is not what I wanted. This film is so shaky and violent right here that most people don't even show it. But it has some really good stuff on it. Good hard science. Now let me capture that one. Well, I'm stuck here. There we go. Got it. Now, let's just go and boost contrast. That's all I'm going to do. See the same stripe? You can go over and over again. All right. Have patience with me because this is important. You have to find those really good frames. And I think I got one right here. That's the back. Okay. All right, compare the two. Stripe down the back, stripe down the back, muscle right here, muscle right here. So even though there are, that hair is a characteristic of a gorilla, it's also a characteristic of humans to some extent. And this is certainly not a gorilla here. It's about the same amount of hair coverage as it is over here. All right, let's move on. Back muscles and glutes. This is a little easier to do. Alright. You see muscles moving right here. That's that same muscle I pointed out to you. But here it shows it actually in motion in the video. Right there you'll see the glutes working against each other. It's very natural, and it's also very human. Typically a gorilla does not have a large gluteus maximus. This is more of a characteristic of a human being. Here's 3 frames that show the glutes. One in particular is a really good one. You can see it. It looks like it's been actually scooting around on the ground. All right. Okay, here we have an image that shows, she turns around to look over her shoulder back at the men, and it shows briefly the ear and this little braid or dreadlock right there. I enhanced it right here. And the ear is like right here. Right there. A little more enhancement. You can see the ear very plainly. Then you can see the little dreadlock. I keep pointing out the dreadlock or the braid, that it's to some extent, although primitive, it's managed. It's managed hair. It's not something that you see typically with simians or gorillas, but you do see with human beings. Now when I say human beings, I'm not arguing that it's Homo sapien. I'm arguing that it's Homo something. Something from days of yore that's still around. And it should not be that shocking. I mean, they find the remains all the time. There's a book called Early Man in Oregon. If you look that up, you'll see where a guy found 2 skulls in a cave, both of them with heavy brow ridges. Academics ignored it. They just said, get it away. I don't want to even look at it. There are no Neanderthals in North America. That's the same one I had up there a while ago. Let's go look at the opposable thumb. This is an old argument. It's an old argument. They say that, well, Gigantopithecus, that's an ape, he would not have an opposable thumb. Patterson film shows differently. People say, well, he shows a non-opposable thumb, but that's not true. Take a look. And I've got this stabilized up and down the arm where it holds steady, and you can see this thumb moving right here. You can see the fingers moving. See it moving toward the thumb and the fingers moving toward each other. And it actually closes the hand. Let's take a look at that. This would be frame 352 and frame 353. There's your thumb right here. And watch it go and form a fist with the fingers right here. Watch it open and close the hand. you see it's not that hairy. It's haired over, but sparsely. About like that individual that I showed you that happens every so many births of a human being, that somebody will be hairy. Open and close, open and close. Opposable thumb. They go at each other. Let me see if I can like this right here. There we go. I hope I made my point. I think that's going to be about it. I'll go back to the tracking dog video again, but I worked with that thing a long time before I found enough of these frames to show demonstrably that it has a lot of exposed skin on the back. Let me take a look at that one. This is a pretty good one here. You get lucky sometimes. Now you can see that back. I'm gonna go smaller with it. Take a look at this right here. Oh, there it goes. Okay. You got a muscle right here. This is right over that shoulder, the clavicle. There's the same muscle right here on this human being. Then you got the hair turning in on the back over these muscles up and down the back into the spine area, which is depressed. There you got the same thing right there. What does it tell you? Let me see out here if I can find. That's not it. Thought I would get lucky. There it is. This is one of the skulls found in a cave in Oregon. See the brow ridges? Now, nobody argues about whether that's a human, but they certainly don't say it's a simian or a gorilla or a Gigantopithecus. But it is a human of unusual sorts. It's an antiquated human. and it's got heavy brow ridges, and much like the Neanderthal possesses. Okay, there we go. So I hope that I've been able to provide information that a person could think about. Whether the subject number one in the Patterson film, a lot of people are still having trouble with, is it a hoax or not? Definitely not a hoax. Now, whether it's a simian or a human, I hope that this video helps you when making up your mind, and that there have been things found out there besides the Patterson film that to indicate that there are humans, early humans out there of a great age that have the big brow ridges and the same kind of thing that people find over in Europe, Asia. Not a Gigantopithecus, but like early man, Heidelbergensis, Australopithecus. Which one is Patty? Good question, but there's much more to be gleaned from the film. That's for another video. I'm going to sign off now and have a good time thinking about this. Have a great day. Thank you for your time.